Hello guys, welcome to this video series titled Swift for Everyone. And in this course, I'm going to be presenting Swift to you in the most simplest form possible. I don't even know why I'm using the word simplest because this language is extremely simple, easy to learn, easy to do. My name is Valentine Emmanuel, and let's get into it. So, what exactly is Swift? Swift is the first of its kind. It's the first of its kind in its approach to designing JavaScript based user interface. Svelte as a word stands for something like slender, elegant, and graceful. You can use it with a person as a word. When you use it with a thing, it's amazing. And this was the idea behind this framework. The goal is to design an application that is slim, slender, elegant, and graceful to the eye. So Slave is already an installed iteration. His first iteration, of course, was created by Rich Harris in 2016. It was written in JavaScript. And Chris Harris worked in New York Time. He wasn't working in Google or Facebook or any of the programming giants that you might think about. And that's quite interesting. I found it quite interesting how he could think to design something this nice, right? Swift is different in its approach since it doesn't claim to be a framework. It claims to be more of a compiler in the sense that it does not add any extra code to your code. It just takes whatever you've written to it and compile it to pure JavaScript bundles for you. So let's quickly do a small comparison between Svelte and other JS framework, and I will try to give you some kind of reason why you should learn Swift in 2020. So to compare Swift, the first thing I will talk about is of course the framework size, and this is very critical if you are a web developer because for your site to be fast, you have to send a little size of resources to the user as possible because a user who is going to be using a 2G network or a 3G network or 40 network, it can even be a 4G network but it's 40, so it's extremely slow. Size of your website matters because if it takes time for your website to load on the user screen, the user might get tired and go away, right? So Swell is a king in this, is a clear winner in this category, and the reason why is obvious. Swift doesn't add any extra piece of code to your code. It's just pure JavaScript code. Swift's size is 3 KB compared to Vue, which ranks at 23 KB. I don't even want to talk about Angular. Angular is extremely large. Now, for in the performance perspective, Swift is very, 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 very high in this index, right? Very, very fast, very, very excellent because it's just your pure JavaScript and it's highly optimized, right? The size is very large, very small, so you have something very, very fast. Vue also is good in this part, very excellent with React, and Angular is okay, pretty okay. Now, the ease of setting up, you will see from this tutorial series that it's so easy to start up with Vue, with Swift. Similar ease you can see in Vue and React, and Angular is kind of cumbersome. I don't even want to talk about the learning curve of Angular. Angular is kind of difficult to learn. You start talking about components, guards, so many concepts that you have to put into your head. You have to understand ES6. You need to understand things in ES6. You need to understand TypeScript before you can pick up Angular and all those sort of things. So there's a very, very steep slope when it comes to Angular. React is kind of difficult too, but not that bad. Vue is simple, similar to Svelte, but Svelte is a king also in this category. The developer community for Svelte is kind of low. One of the major reasons is because it's not sponsored by one of those big tech giants. And there's no much publicity about it. It's a very low key language. It's kind of a low key language. I've seen a lot of developers and people who are interested in this framework, but not so much noise, especially in my country, compared to React. React is the clear winner. I think one in one in four JavaScript or one in three JavaScript developer must be doing React one way or the other.